Welcome back to Wednesday Night Zombie Fever on 2BACL 100.9 FM. So our second casting choice topic is 50 Shades of Grey, which they just had to make it into a movie, didn't they?
They absolutely did. If it could have been profitable, it was going to be a movie.
Is it going to be rated R?
We don't know the rating yet, but
if they're going to be true to the novel,
Probably should be.
it probably will.
if they're going to be true to the novel, it won't get a general release in cinemas.
That's true.
But so they'll tame it down a little bit, I guess. But
everyone's been talking about the casting for this ever since it was announced as a film,
Yes.
and everybody's name has been thrown into the mix.
Everybody.
Some of them,
The main one was, what's his face from Twilight? Robert Pattinson.
Rob Pattinson.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's not going to do it.
He was actually approached
Yes,
to do it, and
he couldn't because of his scheduling.
think that would have been appropriate because
No,
didn't 50 Shades of Grey start out as
yes,
Twilight fanfiction?
it did,
So
and
they
that's why
should
I
have
think
done
it's
that.
inappropriate.
They should have done that connection. I think
so
that
they
would
could have
been-
had that sort of subtle.
I
so
think
then
it's
in
too
50
well known
years'
now.
Time,
That-
do you think, like, in 50 years' time, they'd be like, oh yeah, so the guy who played Christian Grey in 50 Shades of Grey actually played the same character that role was
Yeah.
based on, in a way. So
It
it's kind of
would
like a
have
bit of
been
trivia.
symbolic. Something
Yes.
to analyse.
It sort of sounds like I heard a theory online that Miley Cyrus's Blurred Lines performance was just a commentary on the song Blurred Lines.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They could
So you
try
just
and
had this like sort of, you know, that conspiracy Keanu meme, where you just had this look of wow.
no, because I think that it's the same kind of thing that Robin Thicke argues about the song itself and his video clip for it, but it's manure.
It's just a sleazy song.
It is, and
Okay.
the video clip is sleazy.
So
and,
talking about literal manure though,
Right. Literal
literary.
With
Oh,
the-
right.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yes,
Yeah, so that's our topic.
Who is
I
cast-
just thought
who has been
we should
cast
probably
as-
turn
right.
away from whatever I said.
Okay, so Christian Grey will be played by Charlie Hunnam.
Okay.
Yes.
And he is the lead actor in a TV show, Sons of Anarchy, and he's done other stuff. Mostly British movies. He's a British actor, like Green Street Hooligans, and I think he was in Skins. If you're familiar with that TV show.
Yep.
He was also in one TV show. I don't know if it was Skins or not, but he played a gay guy with some explicit.
Yeah, I don't think it was in Skins. It was in Queer as Folk.
Oh, yeah, that makes
Yep.
sense. So he's familiar with doing sort of explicit kind of scenes, but most people would know him from Sons of Anarchy. And Sons
Which
of
is a very
Anarchy,
different character.
Yes.
It's still quite like a raw character and still quite an edgy character though. Like it's not a clean cut.
No.
He's playing High School Musical. Suddenly he's in.
He's faced
He's
with
Hannah Montana. Suddenly, he's naked on the stage.
He's Hannah Montana.
I'm making a connection with Miley Cyrus. Anyway, continue.
Okay. Basically, Sons of Anarchy is about a bikie gang.
Yep.
So, it deals with it's shades of grey.
So it is appropriate.
Yes, maybe. But I listened to this podcast, right? It's called The Nerdist. I don't know if I've mentioned it on the show before. I know I've mentioned it to both of you.
Yeah.
But they have a different celebrity each time. They've got everyone from Tom Hanks to Joss Whedon.
They've got a video bowling with the cast of Doctor Who.
Yeah, I think they have one with Breaking Bad too. They've got everyone on that podcast. I have listened to the one with Charlie Hunnam on it before I heard about this 50 Shades of Grey thing. And he was very well-spoken and seemed very passionate about acting and writing. And then I hear that he's cast in this stupid movie, 50 Shades of Grey. And I just thought of it as a complete sellout.
Yeah.
It's... yeah.
Yeah, I look, I know it's going to make a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
And that's probably why he's done it. I can't imagine he could have got, it's, literary gold. I have to do this movie. It's like Shakespeare.
But you don't do shows like Sons of Anarchy is not it's a basic cable show in the US. They don't get paid that much compared to the bigger networks. Green Street Hooligans is not a profitable movie.
But he had to start somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Maybe
his
this is
track
big
record,
break.
he hasn't chosen projects that are huge. Except actually he was in Pacific Rim.
Okay. See, but maybe he hasn't had the chance. to choose big movies. You know what I mean? Maybe this is the stuff that's getting him into the industry. So, I don't know, maybe 50 Shades of Grey, like
or maybe
I said,
he went out for big stuff and didn't get it.
Maybe.
Yeah. So seeing that he's, well, if I was offered a part in this movie, I wouldn't have taken it. Just saying.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a
neither
really
would have
bad
done it,
actor. But anyway.
I guess, like, yeah, so they've gone for, I mean, so many people were, as we said, up for this role. I think a lot of them were just fans going, oh, wouldn't it be cool if Ian Somerhalder was in this film? Like, it was never actually an option.
It would have been cool, kind of.
Yeah. Because, yeah, plays a vampire on TV, so it would have been like...
Yeah.
Again, it's like 50 Shades of Separation from Twilight.
Yep.
Yeah, so... I don't know, they've gone with somebody who's relatively unknown versus some of the really big names that were in there, and I think that's the right choice.
Yeah, that's the right choice. Because 50 Shades of Grey is such a huge thing now in popular culture. You can't pick someone who's already got, an image.
Because you need to see somebody as that character, not as the actor.
Do you think any of the really big name actors would have done it?
No.
I don't think so either, because it's kind of a sleazy role. You know what I mean?
It's a really sleazy role.
But it could be like, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. In that there's some really, is it edgy or is it trashy?
I think it's just trashy.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, though, they did go with an unknown for the girl. They went with a well-known for the guy.
Yeah.
Well, which Girl with the Dragon Tattoo are we talking about?
We're not talking about the Swedish one because...
That's the only one I've seen.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're talking about the most recent one with
the American...
Rooney Mara as...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who played the guy?
Elizabeth.
Daniel Craig.
Oh, that's right.
James Bond.
Yeah, but he was relatively unknown when they cast him as James Bond.
But when they cast him in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo...
He was already
in that sort of a role, yeah. Which was, again, like, very different.
But he doesn't do anything that...
He has a sex scene, but it's not the rape scene.
No. But like I said, that's what I mean. He doesn't do anything bad in that movie. Like, his role is not the controversial one.
That's exactly why they went for the unknown for the girl and the well-known for the guy.
Yeah.
But do you reckon that because, the girl in this one is also relatively unknown. She played, probably the one that people will recognise her for, is playing the Stanford girl in The Social Network.
Does she even have a name? Or is she just the Stanford girl?
No, she does.
I haven't seen this.
Because she says, oh, you don't even know my name, do you? He's like, Stanford? He's like, I'll kick your ass. Obviously, I know, like, word for word this scene except her name. And she's a French major.
She was a French major. Okay.
But I don't...
That helps us a lot.
You have a very good memory. And also not.
Very selective, isn't it?
So, I remember that scene. I don't remember her face.
Yeah.
I remember Justin Timberlake.
She's actually blonde, but she's dyed her hair brunette for the role. So when you look at the picture of her now, she kind of looks like the description of the character in the books, but doesn't look like at all like the character from The Social Network. But I think she could give it a good go. My one problem with this casting decision is that I think they should have casted younger, or at least younger looking, for Christian. Otherwise, I think it actually is much edgier.
He's not meant to be young, is he? How old is he meant to be?
I think he's meant to be like 29 or 30.
Yeah, he's meant to be late 20s.
Okay, so how old is this actor?
He's like 33, I think.
So yeah, like Christian...
He's not that.
Yeah, Christian Grey's meant to be like, 28, 29, 30. The girl is meant to be about 21.
Yeah.
Is it 2021? She's at college and...
Yeah. Very young. But he, all the photos of him circulating and all the articles that have, 50 Shades of Grey has been cast. And it's got this photo of him with a beard, a really ugly beard. And,
kind of scraggly.
Yeah, because he's playing a bikie. He looks like a bikie.
Yeah.
He'll be clean. I'm assuming for the movie he'll be clean shaven and whatnot.
Yeah.
So he'll probably look kind of different.
I guess it depends on the direction they're going for the movie, because if you're just going by like the history of the book, which is based on fan fiction, which is based on a book that we're not trashing anymore, so we don't get sued.
Are we allowed to trash it anymore?
I know. I don't know what else to do with my life.
It's my favourite pastime.
It's just so easy. It's just right there. It's like a sign saying "kick me."
Although the more
On
you
the back
talk
of-
about it, the dumber you feel.
I know, right?
It's true. It's like it takes away IQ points. As
But do you
well.
think that they can actually? I mean, there are a lot of movies that I think have actually made very, good decisions based from books, and been like improving on the story. Do you reckon they can actually make 50 Shades of Grey something like edgy, arty, and
No.
kind of cultural? Like, do you think there's?
Not really.
No.
From what I know of the books, it just doesn't. It doesn't have any meaning beyond their relationship.
It is the most poorly written thing I've... Actually, no, it's not. It's the second most poorly thing I have ever read. And I haven't read the whole thing.
Because you mentioned...
I couldn't keep going.
I actually think it's better written than Twilight.
You keep mentioning...
No.
We mentioned, what was it? The Girl with Dragon Tattoo before.
Yes.
But that story, it does have some of those really
Explicit scenes.
Yeah. But the story's not about that. It's about something completely different.
Yeah.
But this book, 50 Shades of Grey, doesn't really have anywhere to go beyond that. Because...
Do you reckon they could add something?
But would they?
Would they... What would they add?
Yeah. You can't
Would she
change the
suddenly
story
be an
too
undercover
much.
spy?
Yeah.
Be like
Like-
Alias. Alias with bondage.
I guess they could kind of add... the director is that woman who married that young guy.
The director is that woman who married that young guy.
That's
Whoa.
Kick-Ass.
That one director? What?
Director of Kick-Ass.
No. She's married to the lead actor in Kick-Ass.
Oh, yeah, she's old and he's really young.
Well, she's not like old,
Oh.
but she's older than him. I think 40s?
I
And
think
he's in
she's...
his 20s?
Okay.
Is that right?
I'm not sure.
Like old. Old.
Well, she's older. Like she has.
She's older
She has
than-
children.
Yeah.
Are they his age?
I don't know, but...
I think they're like half his age.
They have a child together, though, so obviously that child's not his.
Okay, so she's not as old as I thought.
She's not 80. Anyway.
I was gonna say 50.
No, I think she's like late 30s or 40s. So we'll be coming back to look at some of the worst casting decisions ever. We've obviously had our opinions on these ones, so let us know what you think of these particular casting choices.
We've also had a suggestion for a casting of the new Batman, which was Bruce Willis. I think that person was making a joke with him.
Yeah.
Better or worse than Affleck?
I like Bruce Willis.
Me too. But I don't know
But
about
he's a bit
Batman.
old for Batman now.
He's a bit of an egghead.
He can play old Batman.
Old
Like, you know,
Batman.
When Superman is still young.
Flash
and-
forward.
Yeah. Well, in the comics, Batman does get quite old. So, I mean, he can't stay young forever. And he's
No.
got like a million different
He's
Robins.
not Superman.
Yeah.
That's true. Creative directions. We'll be back to talk about the worst casting decisions after this on 2BACR 100.9 FM.